Hello everyone, welcome back to Thomas & Friends Home Media Reviews. Last week we took a look at the complete third season of Thomas & Friends. We're jumping ahead a little bit farther into the future because I have season 9 here on DVD to take a look at on the show, because Sean didn't send me seasons 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. This is your fault, Sean. I blame you for everything. Just kidding. Thank you so much for sending me this. So yes, this is a review on Season 9, and I mentioned last week that I wasn't sure if I had seen all of Season 9. I had seen most of it, actually. It's hard for me to distinguish which episodes are from which season in the newer hit era, but we'll talk about that later on in this review. Right now, let's go ahead and jump right into the history section of the complete 9th series of Thomas & Friends. So the 9th season of Thomas & Friends, as it was released onto physical media, has a kind of a short history here. We begin on January 19th, 2009, when the complete 9th series of Thomas & Friends was released onto DVD in the United Kingdom. Single disc. Just one disc. We'll talk about picture quality and such later, but how in the world did they think this was a good idea? Then, over a year later, in July of 2010, the United Kingdom got a reprinted version of the complete Season 9. This has the poster art style that's similar to the 2010 reprint of Season 3. That was also included in the Classic Collection box set, which, again, we talked about last week. And I was correct. I went back and watched the thoughts on Season 7 from the Unlucky Tug. This Classic Collection box set is the one that he in fact has. But oh, how could I forget our friends down under in Australia, because on March 4th, 2010, the complete Season 9 came out in Australia. Still don't know why it takes Australia so long to finally get these releases. I mean, I think earlier on in this revival season, there was like a 3 to 4 year gap with one of the releases. I don't remember off the top of my head. For you guys, this was just a few weeks ago. For me, this is like 2-3 months ago in terms of production. I take a lot of breaks when I'm recording these videos. As far as Season 9 goes individually, that's it. Just a couple of releases in the United Kingdom and one singular release in Australia. But we have some multi-packs to talk about. I've already mentioned the Classic Collection, which was also mentioned last week in Season 3's home media review. But in case you forgot, this particular version that includes Season 9 was released in 2010. And this includes Series 1 all the way to Series 11. So, a lot of Thomas content there. It's a cool box, too. Honestly, I feel like I would like to have this one day. Then, over in Australia, we have a couple of multi-packs to talk about. We have the complete Series 1 through 10 box set, which was released in 2014. And this is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It looks like this came in like a tin-style case, like a circle tin case. Like, if you think about those Jurassic Park Blu-ray tin versions, if you remember those being out on store shelves, this is what I kind of picture this looking like from the pictures I'm seeing here. On the wiki here, I'm seeing a couple of listed releases here for Australia, but they don't have links to them. If I can find pictures for them, I'll throw them up here, and I'll just go ahead and mention them. There's a 2-pack of the complete Seasons 9 and 10. And there's also a complete Season 9 and the Great Discovery 2-pack. But here's something that does have an article for it, and this is our last release for the history section. This is the Essential Collection 5 DVD box set, which was an Australian exclusive. And lucky me, this doesn't have a date for it on the wiki. Yay! I don't know when this came out. I've got a couple of Australians that actually watch this series. Shout out to Harrison Allen. You're one of the ones I see most frequently in the comments section, so shout out to you, my man. If you know when this came out, please let me know. This box set includes seasons 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And as far as the packaging goes, it looks pretty cool. It's got a slipcover there and 5 separate DVD cases, which I always enjoy. So that is it for the history of Season 9. Individually, it was not released that much. However, in multi-packs, especially in Australia, you get a fair amount of releases. So that's good for Season 9. Let's go ahead and jump right into the close-up section of the complete Season 9. Alrighty, everyone. Here is your close-up look at the complete 9th season of Thomas and Friends. This looks pretty similar to the complete 3rd season, which we took a look at last week. We got complete 9th series up there at the top. Over 4 hours of gripping adventures. Crazy, I know, right? How'd they fit this all on one disc? I have no idea. Thomas and Friends logo, 26 thrilling episodes. Thomas there on the front. Includes roll call song. No, that says complete collection. Last week it said classic collection. Oh, they changed it on me. 2 ratings, G and U. Hit logo on the spine. Thomas and Thomas Friends logo. The complete 9th series. And a number 9 down there with your 2 ratings and your product number. The back features a complete 9th series little tagline there with Thomas Friends logo. Blurb about the disc. There are your episodes listed. There's your tech specs, cast and crew, ratings, barcode, all that good stuff there. And then interestingly enough, like I said earlier, they squished all this onto one disc. I should have mentioned this last week too with the complete 3rd season, but they squished all that onto one disc too, which is kind of weird considering here in the United States, the early years came on 3 discs. Technically only 2 discs because one of those discs was just bonus features. A disc has more storage space? I don't know, man. It wouldn't seem like that, though, because a standard DVD disc has a standard amount of storage space on it. So, I don't know. Whenever I look at the rip I made of this and I watch the episodes, we'll see how they hold up in quality. With that all being said, that wraps up this close-up. Let's go ahead and answer the 5 main questions, as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions, as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? Online retailers. I feel like a broken record here. Like I just keep saying that, but it's really the only place I can recommend you get this. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? We talked about this with Season 3, unless you count Amazon Prime, which I think this has the complete Season 9 on it. I know it's up to like Season 7 that Amazon Prime has for sure. You know what? We're going to do a first here on Home Media Reviews. You're going to see some live fact-checking here right on your screen as I search to find Amazon Prime here. We are going to see if Thomas and Friends Season 9 is on Amazon Prime here. So I see we've got the DVD. It's actually fairly cheap on Amazon. But you get it May 4th through the 19th. Let's see. Let's go to Prime Video. Here we go. Thomas and Friends. Let's find out. Oh, Season 22 is on Amazon Prime. That's cool. Here's Classics. This is Season 1. So I see up to Season 7 is on Prime. I'm doing my best here. Let's search Season 9 instead. No, Thomas and Friends Season 9 is not on Amazon. It only goes up to Season 7. My apologies for subjecting you to my very late trying to figure out if Thomas and Friends is on Amazon Prime or not. I don't have my phone on me, so I couldn't have just looked on my phone. I had to use my laptop. as I fight the hiccups. So, to answer that question, no, it's not being printed nowadays. Number 3, should you pick this product up? I mentioned earlier that I didn't know if I had seen all of Season 9 or not. I've seen all of Season 9. I was fairly let down by Season 9 here in the United States. It was not something that I very much enjoyed. Season 9 was broken up over, like, a lot of releases. Like, I'm just looking over at my shelf right now. It was broken up between Come Ride the Rails, Track Stars, Milkshake Muddle was another one. It's just crazy to think how in the United States, Season 9 was broken up over like 4 to 5 different releases. And honestly, I had no idea. When I went into Season 9, I thought I was going into something like Seasons 10 or 11, where I know for sure I have not seen all those episodes, because not all of them were released here in the United States. At least not on physical media. I think they aired on television, but they weren't released on physical media in the United States. There's not a lot for Seasons 9. Well, there's not a lot for Seasons 10 and 11. Although I think 10 got a fair amount here. I think it's 11 was the one that was pretty much ignored. But anyway, we're talking about Season 9. And Season 9 is a very bland season. I talked about this over on my Twitter, but when I started the file up for the complete Season 9, my disc ripped as all one file. These are not on this disc as separate episode files. No, they're all one long continuous file. And when I sat down to watch part of Season 9, there was no way I was going to watch this entire thing in one day. I looked at the runtime and saw that this thing is 20 minutes longer than Zack Snyder's Justice League. And Zack Snyder's Justice League clocks in at 4 hours. This is 4 hours and 20 minutes. I was sitting there thinking to myself, what have I got myself into? But then I remembered, oh yeah, I don't have to watch the whole season in one sitting. I can break it up over a couple of days. Or in my case, watch a couple of stories, wait like 2 weeks, come back, watch a few more, wait like another 2 weeks. It's taken me forever to finally record this HMR, so 4 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, other than 420 being one of God's greatest numbers, that's insane to me. But honestly, a lot of Season 9, I really didn't hate that much. I went into this season ready to tear it to shreds because, you know, the hit era is not good. Most of it is garbage, baby-fied, regurgitated baby food. But Season 9 is actually okay. My biggest problem with it is it's baby-fied, obviously, and it's just not Thomas as we know it, but it's okay. Like, it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. I can't say that, oh my gosh, I was so outraged by this season, this is the worst Thomas has ever been. I can't say that without lying to myself, because we know now where Thomas is going with the new reboot and everything. So this is definitely not the worst that this show has ever been. At the time, though, it was the worst. I gotta give credit to my enjoyment of this season. I gotta give credit to Michael Angelis. I mentioned on Twitter as well that I thought he was so much better than Michael Brandon, and he is. I don't see how people can say that Angelis didn't have a lot of energy in the later hit era seasons. He sounds just as good as he did in, like, Season 3 to me, at least. Maybe that's sacrilegious, but I really liked how he sounded here. I was actually engaged with his vocal performance, unlike Michael Brandon, where I'm cringing throughout the entire thing, hoping that the release would just stab me in the throat so I could stop watching it. That might be a little bit dramatic. But I thought that Michael Angelis was really good here. I actually really enjoyed his narration. He made the season a lot more bearable for me. As far as standout episodes go for Season 9, Respect for Gordon is definitely the best episode in this entire season. I mentioned Unlucky Tug earlier. He did a breakdown video of this specific episode, saying that it's in fact one of the best of this hit era, and I happen to agree with him. It's a great episode. Rewatching Thomas and the New Engine, I actually really liked that one a lot more than I originally did. I don't know if it was just the new narration. It felt like seeing it for the first time all over again, but I don't know. I just really liked that episode. I wish Neville could have got some more story potential because there really wasn't much done with him. Same thing with Molly. I didn't even hate her episode all that much. Her episode was pretty okay. The Magic Lamp is a story that I think could actually work in a classic series context. Just axe the three-strike formula and make the narrow gauge characters not sound like children. I feel like that could actually work in a classic series context. Toby Feels Left Out is actually a good one too. It has an interesting dilemma where Toby thinks he's going to get put inside of a museum. That could be a really good, like, existential crisis or something. And now as I scroll down the wiki page here, we get to the not-so-good episodes. Thomas's Day Off is just kind of eh. I mean, why does an engine have a day off? That makes no sense. Emily Knows Best, I hate that episode. Not a good one. Thomas's New Trucks also doesn't make much sense either because the engines don't have specific trucks. They just use whatever trucks they have. Why is it that Thomas and James get specific trucks that are assigned to them? Oh, Skarloey the Brave. Oh gosh, that one. Not a good episode. Not a good episode, that one. Most of the narrow gauge episodes in here are not good episodes, except for the Magic Lamp. Because the narrow gauge engines are characterized all wrong. It makes absolutely no sense why these engines are children now. Are they all going through midlife crises? I mean, I can relate, but at the same time, why? Keeping Up with James is a good one, actually, and Flower Power I kind of like. All in all, this season is kind of a mixed bag. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't dislike it, but I also don't really like it that much. I don't love it either. It's just kind of there. Season 9, I think, to me, is one of the most forgettable seasons of Thomas and Friends because it mixes in perfectly with seasons 8, 10, and 11. It doesn't have its own identity because in order to tell what episode is from a specific season, that season has to have its own identity. Season 9 doesn't have that, and it just falls into the rest of the mix. However, I think every American who has not yet watched at least a couple of stories from Season 9 with Michael and Jealous's narration should do so. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I'm going to begrudgingly give Season 9 a recommend. A very weak recommend. And Jealous, you're saving this release from the damnation of a red arrow. No, it's getting a very weak green arrow because there's just that little bit of good here that I can't say no to this. So, yes, I think you should get the complete Season 9. Even though, and I've mentioned this before, the intro and outro plays for every single episode. I seriously think that's like a third of the runtime is just the intro and outro for every single episode. I seriously think that. It's like the slow-mo in Zack Snyder's Justice League. If you cut all of the slow-mo out of that movie, 3 hours. Cut an entire hour out, 3 hours. This one, cut all the intros out, outros as well, probably 3 hours, maybe a little bit over. Would have been a little bit more manageable. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? I was actually looking on Amazon earlier. I don't think this footage is going to make it into the actual video here, but I was looking on Amazon to try to find Season 9, see if it was available on Prime. I wasn't on Prime, I was on regular Amazon, and I saw that Season 9 is actually available on Amazon for like $10. So, hey, Amazon, go and get it from there. It's like $4 shipping. It says you'll get it in May. So, yeah, get it from Amazon. And number 5, what price should you pay? Pay the price that's on Amazon. It's like $14 with shipping. So, yeah. So that, ladies and gentlemen, wraps up the home media review for the complete Season 9. I didn't expect to give this a green arrow. I didn't expect to even really like this season, but wow, and Jealous, he really impressed me here. And I know Sean is happy to hear that I'm talking so good about his boy, Michael and Jealous. So Sean, I know you're beaming right now because I literally just recommended this entire season on the basis of I like the narrator. Next week is bittersweet, my friends, because next week is the final regular Thomas and Friends home media review for the year. I know. We've been on a crazy journey these last couple weeks with this revival season, but all good things must come to an end. But don't worry, because after that episode, we're going to have like a month and a half of supplementals. Yay, right? I will detail more about those supplementals in next week's episode, which is going to be on Season 12. A season I've already pretty much reviewed here in the United States in its complete capacity because of the Adventure Pack. But we're going back to the well, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to see if Michael Angelis pulls out another W against Michael Brandon. I'm willing to bet that he will. That's it for me. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching this episode. I'll see you all next week. Good night, everybody.